Hi everybody, it's Mike here from The Art of Guitar. Today I'm here with just a real quick video about something that completely blew my mind. A couple weeks ago, somebody asked me what it's like to have the #1 guitar lesson intro video on YouTube. And I looked it up and it's not true. Guys like Marty Music and Andy Guitar have those bases covered. However, the video that I released about 5 years ago just passed 12 million views. And on that video, I actually used this very guitar. So I used an electric guitar, whereas everybody else is using acoustic guitars. So I guess you could say in a roundabout way, I do have the #1 instructional video, intro video, using an electric guitar. So we'll just have to put a little asterisk next to #1, I guess. Now that video completely changed my life and I was not expecting it. At the time I recorded it, by the way, it's called This Should Be Everyone's First Guitar Lesson. And I know that sounds like a very presumptuous title, but it just felt right at the time. Here's why. So over the course of 30 plus years, I did that lesson over and over and over again until it was basically whittled down to what it is today. So I trimmed the fat. I was able to see what was effective and what was not effective. Over that amount of time, you learn a ton about that particular way of introducing people to guitar. So when people first watched the video, by the way, I released it in 2019. So it was before the whole world was shut down and kind of forced, to live their lives through the internet. So I had no idea what was coming up. I just released it on September 7th of 2019 with the intention of just helping a lot of people out with their very first lesson. Well, even before all the chaos of the world, people were viewing the video. It was going up pretty consistently at first, and I was getting a lot of great feedback. And the best part for me was that a lot of people were saying, you know what, you make me believe that I have the ability to keep playing this guitar and get better at it. And that's a huge compliment for me because I've seen it firsthand for so many years that people who don't think they could get good at this thing end up getting good. And another cool thing happened. A lot of people that were watching that introduction video went on to join my website, theartofguitar.com, to continue learning. After that initial push, I felt really good about it because it just seemed like it was going to be something a lot of people can tune into over the next 10, 20 years, whatever, and get a good start with the guitar. But then something that I could have never predicted happened, and suddenly we were all basically locked down. So people were stuck in their homes and people were looking for ways of, entertaining themselves, educating themselves while they were stuck at home. So people turned to the internet, and the next thing I knew, that graph that was showing the views for that video just skyrocketed. It was insane how fast this happened. Not that I'm glad that those events occurred in the world, making people stuck at home, but it just happened to be the perfect storm at the time. People were stuck at home. They're like, I really always wanted to learn how to play guitar. Why not do it now? And I guess they typed in first guitar lesson on YouTube, and YouTube was being really great about pushing my video to the front of the line. It was really wild. I would even test it. I would ask my friends to, type in first guitar lesson and see what pops up first. And they're all like, whoa, your video's at the very top. So thank you, YouTube, for pushing my video all that time. As the numbers started to skyrocket, new opportunities started happening for me. Because everybody was stuck at home, I wasn't able to teach private lessons. So my whole roster pretty much, took a break and then disappeared over time. So while my private lesson students were slowly and sadly disappearing from my roster, the roster of people joining my membership, from my website and subscribing to my YouTube was just taken off huge. So I was kind of torn. It was this weird feeling. Like I was having all this online success, but at the same time, the whole world was chaos. But having that successful video basically allowed me to not have to teach privates. I didn't have to do any Zoom lessons or anything like that. I could put all my focus, all my attention on making video lessons for people that were stuck at home. And like everybody, I went a little nuts. I know I put out some YouTube videos that seemed a little strange at the time. People were like, hey, Mike, are you okay, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm just feeling extra creative because I'm coming here every single day and this is all I'm focusing on, basically. Now, obviously, what comes along with having a lot of numbers online is suddenly you're getting a bigger paycheck for doing, what you're doing online. And so all of a sudden, these opportunities opened up for me to be able to afford gear that I've wanted my entire life. Up until then, anytime I needed another guitar, I usually would have to trade in my old guitar, or I'd have to save up for a long time and then finally get the guitar that I wanted. Well, suddenly I was able to just say, you know what? I'm gonna make a Steve Vai video. I think I need a gem. And next thing I know, I saw a gem at Guitar Center and I bought it. And I'm like, wow, this is like a different world now. And I picked up some synthesizers I always wanted. I bought a new drum set. I upgraded all my recording stuff. So I really focused on the in-house stuff that I had control over. You know, back then things seemed just so out of control that anything you could control, you really wanted to optimize. I upgraded my microphones, my cameras, everything. I just wanted to make this like a factory to be able to produce the best videos for you guys. People were like, well, so many people are joining your website, you should probably bump the price up, because it was at $10.95 per month. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it at that price because I don't want to punish people just because they're joining in droves. You know, I want to keep it where it is. And to this day, it's still that price, actually. That's kind of my not so subtle side ad right there. And there were a lot of companies that wanted to sponsor my videos and, you know, just have me read off commercials on my videos and stuff. And I said no to them because I don't like to clutter my videos. So just so you guys know, as much as possible, I try to keep my videos as clean from all that as possible. But since YouTube already puts ads on the video, you know, I feel bad kind of adding more to that. I'll try to keep it that way for as long as possible, by the way. Now that initial explosion has created this momentum that has carried over. You know, it's stabilized over the years, but I'm so happy to see how many people have stuck with the guitar, and the numbers keep still going up. We're almost to 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and the website is as consistent as ever. One of my biggest goals for this year is to bring the website up a level or two. I'm going to put a ton of attention on that while at the same time still putting out YouTube videos. But overall, I really want to thank all of you for being a part of this insane journey. I really never thought I could make a living playing this awesome instrument, you know, but I believe I was part of the perfect storm situation where I was prepared, you know, over 30 years of preparing with this initial lesson. And I met the opportunity, which wasn't a very positive opportunity, but it was an opportunity for a lot of people to view the video. So it was a clash of being prepared and for opportunity to find its way to you. So I find that a good life lesson as well. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of this, like I said, and I look forward to a lot of new videos coming up in the next year, as well as the website, like I said, just going to the next level. So we'll catch you guys at the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.